Welcome back to Wrestling News CC, your ultimate source for breaking wrestling news and deep insider stories from the squared circle. Today's episode, well, it's unlike anything you've ever heard before. Because this is not a drill. Everything you thought you knew about WWE is about to change forever. Jon Moxley, yes, Dean Ambrose, has returned. But this isn't the same man who left WWE years ago. This is a man on a mission. A man with one terrifying objective, to tear down Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman from the inside out. This isn't just a comeback. This is a declaration of war. The fallout of the Bloodline. Let's rewind for a moment. For months, WWE has been consumed by the saga of the Bloodline. Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed head of the table, seemed untouchable. His family, the Bloodline, ruled WWE with an iron fist. But cracks began to show. Tensions between Roman and his cousins. Betrayals. The eerie silence from those closest to him. And then the unthinkable happened. Paul Heyman, the so-called wise man, the man behind the throne, turned his back on Roman. Not just a betrayal, but an abandonment, leaving Roman isolated and vulnerable. Heyman, the mastermind, has been quietly rebuilding, orchestrating a new era, with a new kingpin, Seth Rollins. Rollins, the architect and once a Shield brother, has risen like a phoenix. With Roman weakened and CM Punk sidelined with injury, Seth has stepped into the spotlight. Behind closed doors, sources say, he and Heyman have been forging a dangerous alliance, one built on ego, betrayal, and raw ambition. But standing in their way, or more accurately, stalking the shadows ready to strike, is Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley's dramatic return. Late last night, during an untelevised AEW dark match, something happened that sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. Suddenly, the arena went pitch black. Fans were left in total darkness, waiting and wondering. Then, a single spotlight shone on the Titantron. Not on the ring, not on the stage, but on screen. There, drenched in blood, emotionless, and unblinking, stood Jon Moxley. No words. No screams. Just a presence so powerful it silenced the entire arena. And then, in a low, gravelly voice, Moxley delivered a chilling message. "Paul, I only got one message for you." He raised a weathered, folded piece of paper, the original Shield contract from 2012. A symbol of a brotherhood that once ruled WWE. A contract representing loyalty, unity, and a bond stronger than blood. With calm precision, Moxley unfolded the contract and set it on fire, letting it burn to ash in the palm of his hand. The screen faded to black. The only sound left was the slow crackling of fire. Behind the scenes, Heyman's reaction. Backstage sources reveal that Paul Heyman was watching this shocking footage in real time. As soon as the flames appeared on screen, Heyman stood up and walked out of the building, refusing to speak to anyone. Surprise appearances, attacks, and alliances. Deep dive, the psychological warfare behind Moxley's return. What makes Jon Moxley's return so uniquely terrifying is not just his physical presence, but the psychological edge he brings. Moxley has always been a master of mind games, unpredictable, relentless, and merciless. Lighting that Shield contract on fire? That wasn't just symbolism. It was a declaration of psychological war. He's telling Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman that their past alliances mean nothing, that loyalty is a lie, and that he's coming to dismantle everything they've built from the inside. Paul Heyman, the puppet master unmasked. Let's talk more about Paul Heyman. For years, Heyman has been WWE's most enigmatic figure, a man with unparalleled influence behind the scenes. He was the mouthpiece for Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and many others, shaping narratives, controlling outcomes. But now, we're seeing the wise man lose his grip. His betrayal of Roman was the first sign of cracks. And now, with Moxley burning his past to the ground, Heyman faces an enemy who knows his every move, and is ready to expose the puppet strings. Will Heyman rise to the challenge or crumble under pressure? Seth Rollins, the architect's ambition. Seth Rollins' journey from Shield brother to WWE's Golden Child has been nothing short of dramatic. He reinvented himself after betraying the Shield, becoming one of WWE's most charismatic, and often polarizing, figures. With Roman sidelined and CM Punk out, Seth has taken advantage of the chaos to position himself at the top. But Moxley's arrival threatens to topple that throne. How will Seth respond when faced with the man who once shared his brotherhood but now stands against him? Will he fight fire with fire or seek new alliances? Roman Reigns, the isolated tribal chief. Roman Reigns' reign has been legendary. As the tribal chief, he commanded respect, fear, and dominance. But betrayal by Paul Heyman and the fracturing bloodline have left him isolated. Is Roman preparing to strike back? Or is he a man broken by the very family that once lifted him? Jon Moxley's return could force Roman to confront not only his enemies but the ghosts of his own family's legacy. The role of CM Punk and other key players. While Seth, Heyman, Roman, and Moxley dominate the spotlight, other players are crucial. CM Punk's injury has sidelined one of WWE's hottest stars, but his influence lingers. Will Punk return to join forces with Moxley, or chart his own path? Other wrestlers, both veterans and rising stars, could play unexpected roles in this unfolding war. Could new alliances emerge? Betrayals? Surprising heel or face turns? Fan theories and community buzz. Since the shocking reveal, online wrestling communities have exploded with theories. Some fans speculate Moxley's return is just the beginning of a massive Shield reunion. Some fans speculate Moxley's return is just the beginning of a massive Shield reunion. Others believe this will spark the biggest faction warfare WWE has ever seen. A popular theory, Moxley aims to become the anti-Roman, the rogue force to end Roman's reign once and for all. Social media polls show overwhelming excitement, with fans demanding this storyline headline WrestleMania. Historical comparisons, wrestling's greatest comebacks. Moxley's comeback evokes memories of wrestling's greatest returns. Think Stone Cold Steve Austin's shocking reappearances. Or The Undertaker's legendary returns after long absences. What sets Moxley apart is the cold, calculated nature of his return, no hype, just raw menace. This is a man who's been away, sharpened his skills, and is now returning with a singular purpose. Behind the curtain, insider reports on WWE's plans. Reliable sources inside WWE reveal that Moxley's return was unexpected for many in the company. Some officials reportedly want to negotiate a deal immediately, fearing the chaos a free agent Moxley could unleash. Others see this as a chance to shake up stale storylines and inject fresh heat into WWE programming. Behind the scenes, creative teams are scrambling to integrate Moxley into upcoming shows. Possible scenarios: what could happen next? So, what's next? Scenario 1, Moxley signs with WWE and launches a full-scale assault on Rollins and Heyman, leading to a major pay-per-view showdown. Scenario 2, Moxley remains a free agent but appears sporadically, causing chaos and forcing WWE to adapt on the fly. Scenario 3, Seth and Heyman attempt to recruit Moxley, only to have him reject their advances and dismantle them from within. Scenario 4, Roman Reigns returns from isolation and joins forces with Moxley to destroy Heyman and Rollins, creating a new Shield faction. What this means for AEW and the wrestling industry. Moxley's status as a free agent creates ripples beyond WWE. AEW fans are watching nervously, wondering if Moxley will return or jump between companies. This cross-promotional uncertainty adds a layer of intrigue to wrestling's future. Will WWE and AEW battles escalate? Could Moxley become a bridge or a battleground? The return of Jon Moxley marks a turning point. It's a story about loyalty and betrayal, power and ambition, brotherhood and war. For WWE fans, it's a thrilling new chapter filled with uncertainty and possibility. For the wrestling world, it's a dramatic reminder, in this business, the past is never dead, and the future is always on fire. Thanks for watching Wrestling News CC. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Comment below with your theories. Who do you think will survive this war? Will Moxley conquer or fall? Will Seth Rollins hold his ground? Stay tuned. The wrestling world is changing. And we'll be here to cover every shocking moment. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.